Good morning, guys. Larry Rippey here with Rippey Logging. I want to talk a little bit about, we talked about the drags on the chain last time I was in a video, and this time we're going to talk about something else due to the bar. And I'm focused right now on underlying problems, something that's not obvious, like you can look at the chain and you can see that it's dull many times, but uh, and the rakers, the drags, they sneak up on you. They can be need to be cut, and the chain won't cut with a quarter if they're too long. We talked about that. Now I want to talk about the bar and something that can sneak up on you with time. And first thing, if your chain is in good shape, you got everything sharp, but it's still not cutting right. First thing to do, take the bar off and look down it and see if it's straight. If you can look down this bar, can you see it's crooked? Can you see that? See on this side, it's crooked. And that's going to mess you up. Not so much if you're cutting small wood, but if you're cutting timber down, it's a nightmare. It fights you all the way. That's the number one thing you need to look at. The number two underlying problem here that sneaks up on you, and with time you don't even have an idea about it, is your bar wear. You see how this bar right here wearing right there, and it gets wider. It's outside of your tray. Okay, what happens is your chain runs right up through here, and when this gets wider than your tooth, what's going to happen? That thing is going to hang in the wood. I mean, your tooth is going to cut, and then this thing is going to come along and it's going to hang the sides of the wood. This is going to be wider, and it's going to cause a heck of a problem. You're going to say, well, I know my chain is perfect, maybe even a new chain, but it's not cutting. I can't get it through the wood. What's the problem? Well, be sure and check that out. Even if it's got some wear on that side, it's starting. See how it's wearing? And eventually that thing will get wider and wider, and you can just not get it through the wood at all. So that's two problems that'll sneak up on you. You don't even suspect it, and you got that going on, and it just makes your day miserable. You can't get nothing done. So check these two things out. Make sure your bar is straight. Check for wear. Now, how do you fix that? Well, on the bar, if your bar is crooked, then there's two ways you can do it. Probably the best way is to get you a hammer, a good size hammer, and lay the bend. If you got a bend up that way, lay that up. All right, and hit right there where the bend is, and go into this slow. Be not aggressive, but hit it slow. And if you need to hit it harder, you can tell. You can just hit it 3 or 4 times right there in that bend, and pull it up and look at it again, and work it out. I mean, that's very doable. Just you don't have to be a professional. I'm not calling myself a professional at all, but just anybody can do this. All right, this right here, this problem right here, you can do it with a file. I've done a bunch of them with this, even a round file. You take that thing and lay it down. Of course, you got to have your chain off and off of the saw, and just file it down through there. It's not that big a deal. You can get it done pretty quick. Of course, if you've got a grinding rock is a lot better and a lot quicker. You just take that thing, go right down through there, and get it all the same down through there, like that. And I promise you'll be able to tell the difference. All right, that's it. That's all I got today. I hope it helps somebody.
So when do you know if it's time to get a new bar? There's nothing else you can do. You have to get a new bar.
Oh, well.
Or is that a rare occurrence?
I really didn't want to get into this today, but it's a deal where when that tray wears out, what this does, it lets your bar rock backwards and forwards, and that can cause it not to cut as well.
Can we see that tray?
But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Where's that tray at?
Right up through here.
Just at the bottom. Okay.
Okay, and I'll tell you a story about that some other time, but I gotta go. Everybody be careful.
Stay classy. Here's the old chainsaw shed. All right.